The second one that came up was tough love gurus like Andrew Tate, Andy Elliott, and why does it inspire millions? That question isn't obvious, because typically, you would reach for the things like, it's clickbait, attention seeking, over glorification, all these sorts of things. And I suppose these doubters and detractors would say that. But one of the things that these guys are delivering that we haven't had around for a while is that tough love. Because whether you agree with them or not, the format that they're taking is a serious, unfiltered, straight to the point, brutal approach. And that's been lacking for a number of years, with this whole rise of victim mentality and victimhood and trauma and suffering and, being offended by anything, and this sort of whole namby-pamby snowflake generation that's sort of seemed to have spawned. People really like the blunt truth, because deep down we need it. We know that when you're off track, you just need someone to say, hey, look, get your finger out, get on with it. Throughout this year, I've had the pleasure of mentoring quite a eclectic group, shall we say. And that's the thing, is that what you want is you want someone that's got your best intentions. You want someone that wants the best from you. And they are going to be brutally hard on you when you start your nonsense. When you start your BS, they are going to call you out quicker than you can say boo to a goose, because it's going to get you on track. It's going to remind you to stay focused. It's going to remind you what you need to weed out. That's why tough love seems to get millions and millions of followers. So love them or hate them, that's why it's working. So the underlying message that they have is become more resilient, right? In this generation of let me talk about my weakness, how about remembering your strength? How about developing your strength? Instead of focusing on your trauma, let's look at where you can be. What lessons could you have learned? How can you use that to become a better version of yourself? Instead of saying mental health, what about mental strength? How about building, just the same as you build the muscle in the gym, how about building your strength of mind? Not a bad idea. So the next one, all your excuses are lies. Yes. Personal favourite of mine. As you can imagine, ties in with my ethos quite well. This was my book review of Jocko Willink. So all the guests that we had on, we have had Jack Gunn, we've had Big Adam, Big Mikey, Robbie Frew, Paddy as well. It's that tough love. It's that sort of edge that people need. They're like, yes. Even the twins, Jack and Kel, that were on, Big Joel Casabandi, he was the same. Loved the sort of just no filtered, no nonsense approach, because as long as it's coming from a good place, if someone has great intent for you but is delivering it in a brutal fashion, you're going to listen because you know that they're looking out for you. And these are the things with Jocko's book. He just cuts right to the point, straight to it. All your excuses are lies, because that inner voice is a saboteur, it's a backstabber, it's a soothsayer, and it's going to try and keep you in the comfort zone. So do not listen to it. And that's why these things, the rise of discipline and accountability and being authentic, that's why this is happening at this point in time, is that in a world where there's filters and there's Photoshop and there's AI, and you don't really know what's real, and everyone's sort of falling in line with projecting their best selves. It's the cold, hard, steely truth that people like, because they know it's real and it resonates with them and they feel it and they know it deep down. Your intuition knows that you're BSing yourself. And the book was very, very good at pointing that out. So personal favourite of mine throughout the year was actually doing that book review. The next one that was a big hit, which again, I wouldn't have believed that this one would have even registered on people's radar, but yous guys loved it. Gym intimidation. So what happened there? Well, it seems to be a lot of you people out there, a lot of you guys, a lot of you people that are followers and subscribers of the channel. This seemed to hit a note that you have had fear or judgment or had some sort of misgiving about getting in that gym, all these people would be staring at you. And they all think that you shouldn't be in. How dare you be in their gym? You shouldn't be here, and you look terrible, and you can't do this, and you can't do that. And it seems to be the thing that's the thought process. And that episode we went over, that it couldn't be further away from the truth. People in the gym love seeing people get in the gym because they're trying, they're improving. Remember what I said, the heaviest weight in the entire gym is the front door. So if you've lifted that and you've got yourself in, massive kudos to you. I mean, you've seen everybody in the gym, for the people in the most phenomenal shape, incredible shape, bodies that look like they've been carved from granite, goddesses of amazing proportions and symmetry and beauty, guys that just look like they're so dialed in, all the way to somebody that's let themselves go and they're massively overweight and obese. Like, but do you know what all those people have in common? From one end of the extreme all the way to the other, they're all in there to improve. All of them. And that's what they have in common. That's why you have a camaraderie in the gym. We were having a discussion today with a young guy. He was picked on, he was bullied, and, you know, if you were using the stereotype, would he fit in a gym? No. But we, us guys, the usual crew, sat down, had a chat with him, had great interaction with him. The guy felt great, felt top of the world, because that's what it's about, is that you are in there, you belong to something, and what you belong to is a group of people that no matter where you're at, you've made the decision to start, you've lifted the heaviest weight, which is the front door, and you're in there to improve. So keep going. Remember, consistency is the key. Set yourselves a goal and go hit it.